Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hold on, I'm gonna need to log back in to enable screen sharing. Sorry here. I am having trouble figuring out how to enable screen sharing. It seems like Zoom has moved the login as presenter button yet again.
Try. It's so hard.
I'm not smart enough for Zoom.
I do think we might be able to get away without it today.
Awesome.
Yeah, to save
Yeah.
you.
Well, let's start there, and if we need it, then I can fumble around like a fool for a long time.
Great.
So I think first up on today's agenda, we had Max to discuss cross-cluster controllers and reconciliation.
Yeah, I don't know if Max is here today.
Do we have Max here yet?
Yeah, he had put this on like next. So
Oh,
like under a heading next, you know, so I think next time he is here, but I just changed the title to today's date. So I don't know if he'll be able to discuss today. I do have 2 cents to share myself about it, but
okay. Given, you know, that we're really close to KubeCon and all that, and this time of year is, you know, ripe for SIG meetup cancellations, I think perhaps we postpone that topic because I don't see Max here today.
yeah, actually my 2 cents would be that we should discuss it during the KubeCon events.
Yes, we should definitely discuss
Yes.
the KubeCon then. I am very much looking forward to seeing everybody or anyone who could make it in person next week. But with that, Laura, it looks like you are the
Yeah, so I wrote,
next on the list.
yeah, I wrote a couple things in the notes doc, just posting it in here really quick so people can follow along. But KubeCon is next week. Jeremy and myself will both be there in person in Detroit. So hoping to meet up with anybody. But a couple events for the SIG are either scheduled or I want to put on the floor to be scheduled. So we do have some time on Monday at the Contributor Summit for kind of like a meet and greet, but also like brainstorm, like roadmappy type of thing. Some other SIGs are meeting there then too to do that type of thing. So I in the notes doc, I put the event listing, and also you need to register for the Contributor Summit separately from the like the normal KubeCon conference. So there's a link in there to do that. They're taking registrations through, I think, until Thursday, through Thursday. So yeah, if you haven't done that yet and you plan on going, then click on that and do that. And then that same, as part of the Contributor Summit, there's a second day on Tuesday, which is an unconference that's a bit more open, including to people who aren't registered for the summit, particularly for like SIG meet and greets. So I would love to host. I haven't talked to Jeremy about this or Paul for that matter, but I would love to schedule something there, and I would like to find a way to make it hybrid so we can include people who are attending virtually. The Contributor Summit, as a like rule, I guess, is in person. They don't have the AV support this year for hybrid, but I think I can scramble something together. So yeah, I think if people are interested in that, we can maybe even take, again, I want to check with Paul and Jeremy because I think having both of you there is really important for that. But if we want to use like this type of slot, but next week or something else, that's what I was kind of first thinking.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think we just need to figure out what time will work.
Yeah, because I'm sure you have other weird obligations. By weird, I mean you don't have your regular SIG MC slot reserved during KubeCon, you know?
Right. Right. But yeah, I love this idea. I think we should try to find a few ways to all get together. Laura, those are great and specific, but also, we'll be bouncing around, um, uh, the conference, and I encourage folks, who want to have discussions in multi-cluster to reach out on Slack. We'll be checking it, and Laura and I will both be there in person. And I'm sure a few others I see here will as well. So it would be great to have some of these conversations live.
Cool. And then, yeah, just the other two bullet points I put in here was to notify that the SIG-MC maintainer track update and Q&A is on the Friday. So you can add that to your schedule on sketch.com. And there is a slot for SIG meet and greets as part of regular KubeCon on Friday lunchtime, but I'm not sure that like Jeremy and I will already be on the way out from Detroit then. So I'm not sure that like, at least in terms of like me hosting or organizing, I don't think it will be something then, but I definitely encourage more multi-cluster fans to congregate at all times. So I guess that's not necessarily like not happening, but just that I think Jeremy will be on the way out, and then I will also not be able to host then.
Yeah, but I will be there after our maintainer track update. If anyone wants to have any conversation in person, I'll have another half hour or so before I have to go catch my flight.
Cool. And then I will now gray. I had put a sort of another section in our regular notes doc for people to add to the agenda for either the Monday meet and greet at the Contributor Summit or the Tuesday hybrid meet and greet at the unconference. I'm going to seed this with some stuff from the past year. And I think the cross-cluster controllers reconciliation goes there, some of the multi-cluster networking, multi-cluster network policy, multi-network stuff goes in there. But definitely I'm looking for whatever anybody is interested in. We can do kind of a little dot voting thing if we have a lot of people or a lot of topics on site. And then, you know, we can organize any which way if we need to do like some breakouts or something. And then especially so that we can keep enough running like notes docs. That's the type of thing I want to really make sure we optimize on so people can catch up on it later, you know, if they weren't there. So yeah, that's the slot to notify me of what you want to talk about. And that's it. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Laura. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add this week? Otherwise, I think we have a short agenda. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. For those who are going to be at KubeCon next week, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you. For everyone else, we'll see you in a couple weeks at a regular time, and we will hopefully be able to discuss the cross-cluster reconciliation, which I think is a very interesting topic.
Cool.
All right. Have a great week, everyone.
Great. Happy Tuesday.